Welcome back everybody, it's a beautiful day and a beautiful day for some more Reddit stories. Gonna be a fun episode. I moved the cat tree a little bit, I tilted it so that you can still see Nez and Chia hopefully. And yeah, I'm ready for the episode, the kitty cats are ready for the episode and I hope you're ready for the episode. The first one that we're gonna read says, am I the a-hole for refusing to leave a wedding because I wore a dress that looks white under a black light? A few months ago, I attended a close friend's wedding with my husband. I wore a yellow dress. Think like Belle in Beauty of the Beast yellow, Bumblebee yellow. So yellow that I did not question if it was appropriate or not to wear to a wedding, and neither did my friends or family. I arrive at the wedding, we have the ceremony, the cocktail hour, the dinner, and the reception. I get many compliments on the dress and the bride even comments on how much she loves it several times. Towards the end of the reception, the venue dimmed the lights and turned on some black lights. These black lights made my dress appear more white than yellow. A member of the wedding party approached me while the black lights were on and stated that I needed to leave because my dress was white and inappropriate. I stated that the dress was yellow, but the black lights were making it appear white. The member of the wedding party stated that if I didn't leave, she would make me. I stated I'm here to celebrate my friend, repeated that the dress was yellow, and said that I would not be leaving early. The bride and the groom hadn't left yet, and I came from overseas. The conversation, while it was heated, did not have raised voices or foul language from either side, but I will say that it was tense. The wedding party member walked off, and I watched as they immediately went to talk to the groom, angrily pointing in my direction. The groom shrugged and continued to dance. The next morning, I was approached by a different friend at breakfast, not in the wedding party, who stated that they heard what happened and that I should have left when asked to because it made people uncomfortable that I made it about me partying rather than respecting the wedding etiquette. Oh, get out of here. I felt incredibly embarrassed about it since. So, am I the a-hole for not leaving the wedding when I was asked to? No, OP, what were you meant to do? Were you meant to check your dress with a black light or something? That's so stupid. The dress isn't white. By the sounds of it, it's really yellow. And of course the groom didn't care. The bride wouldn't have cared either. OP literally said, I got many compliments on the dress, and the bride even commented several times on how much she loves it. So the bride knows that it's a yellow dress. It's not a white dress. It's not your fault that they put some lights on that made it seem like it was white. That's so ridiculous. Yeah, like this comment says, if the lights are making people uncomfortable by altering the colors, turn off the black lights. Yeah, like the solution is not for OP to leave. The other person is a huge a-hole for even saying that OP had to leave. OP didn't do anything wrong. They're wearing a yellow dress. Yeah, if the black lights are making it seem white, turn them off. The top comment says, not the a-hole who checks their attire under black lights to see if it passes. Ridiculousness. I understand if it appeared white under normal lights, but come on, this was an unusual situation at the end of the reception. You are fine, and whoever approached you was completely out of line. Some people have nothing better to do than to look for problems that don't exist. Yeah, completely. That is so unbelievably ridiculous. The second top comment says, not the a-hole. Did the bride even care? It sounds like the friends are making pointless drama considering they went to the groom, not the bride. And if the bride cared, the groom would have known. You might give the bride a call and explore. If she was offended, apologize and explain. It's up to her to accept or not. I mean, it's not like your dress was white during the ceremony. OP said, I have seen the bride and the groom since and they acted completely fine and normal. I was too scared to bring it up, but if they were really mad, I don't think they'd be the type to reach out and hang out. Yeah, you're so not the a-hole. Like this comment says, not the a-hole. The people who are worried about this need some actual problems in their life. Pro tip, when they turn the lights down and put a black light on, the wedding etiquette portion of the evening is over and it's about partying. Yeah, and what's the other person doing approaching you about it the next day? Saying that you weren't respecting wedding etiquette. Like what? So you were meant to leave? And they actually said that you should have left when you were asked to because you were making people uncomfortable. I highly doubt that you were making people uncomfortable, OP. That is so stupid and so a-holey of the people who told you to leave. By the sounds of it though, it was maximum like 2 people. And yeah, the fact that they even care about it is so wild. It's kind of funny, but sad at the same time. Wow, look at this absolute ridiculousness. This beautiful big fluffy tail. Oh, okay, the next one is an update. Actually, there's 2 updates. So this one is an update to the post that we read the other day about that 35-year-old guy that got together with the 17-year-old. Update, am I the a-hole for how I reacted when my niece announced that she was engaged? If you didn't see my previous post, here's a TLDR. My niece is 18 and getting married with a man who's 36. They started dating when she was 17. When she announced that she was engaged, I said that it was wrong that he was so much older than her, but everybody else found it okay. So I've taken the past 24 hours to really reflect on all of this. I tried to take in most of the advice in the comments, and here's what I've decided. I don't think that me telling her and everybody that the relationship is weird was wrong. I do, however, think that I did it wrong, and it was pretty harsh because it was in the heat of the moment, but I still find it very creepy, and I don't think she should get married. What I've decided to do is, number 1, apologize to her. I sent her her a text saying that I was sorry for my outburst and that I should have thought it through beforehand. I told her that I never wanted to make her feel like I didn't want her to be happy and that I loved her very much and I had her best interest in mind. Number 2, I asked her if we could talk about it. I asked her if she would be okay and free to hang out and maybe get coffee this week to talk about all of this with a clear head. I really want to try and get her to see why it's weird and that maybe marrying him is not a great choice, and also explain myself to my brother. I sent him a text saying that I was sorry for what I said, but that I still thought that it needed to be said. I explained to him why I think Mark is a predator and why this relationship could have a very negative and damaging impact on Ella. I am still waiting on their replies and I'll update when they reply or when I see Ella if she does accept, depending on how long that's going to take. In the meantime, I really want to thank everybody who gave me advice and was constructive, and everybody that really tried to help my niece out in this situation. I also send my best to all the people in the comments sharing similar stories of when they were a teenager getting groomed. I'm so sorry that happened to you and I really hope that you're doing better now. Right, okay, so there's an update number 2. Update number 2, am I the a-hole for how I reacted when my niece announced that she was engaged? My 18-year-old niece is engaged to a 36-year-old that she started dating when she was 17. Nobody in the family sees a problem. I asked Amita to talk about it. So following my text, Ella replied and told me that she agreed to meet with me and talk. I just came back from seeing her and here's how it went. She asked me what I wanted to tell her and I started explaining that I didn't think her relationship was very healthy and that no older guy should want to date a teenager. I told her that she was an incredible woman, so I wasn't saying that it was weird that somebody would want to marry her, but that guys my age normally shouldn't even look at a teenager. She wasn't convinced and said that sometimes it's true but sometimes it's okay. I asked her how she would feel if I told her that somebody born today could be her future partner, and she said it felt very weird. I also asked her, would you consider dating somebody younger than 15? And she said no. I could see her starting to realize that Mark maybe didn't have the best intentions. I also asked her if she knew about his previous relationship, and she said vaguely and just told me the girl's name. I asked her did she know how old the girl was, and she said she was 21. I also asked her did she know if their relationships overlapped, and she said that Mark always told her that he was single since they met, but she kind of felt like that wasn't true. I told her that since his previous girlfriend was also significantly younger, it seemed like he had a thing for younger girls, which is kind of weird. After discussing that, she told me a bit more about her relationship. She told me that she was starting to feel weird about it because of Mark's recent behavior. I asked what she meant, and she said that he'd been flirting with a lot of girls who were all also younger, including some of Ella's friends. When she confronted him, he sort of gaslit her into thinking that it wasn't flirting. He was also making a lot of comments about having children with Ella and how cute it would be to see her raise them. She told me that she was absolutely not ready for that and also wanted to go to college and work and not be a stay-at-home mum. Because of all of that, she was doubting her relationship, and I told her that I understood. She said that she was scared of breaking up with him because he'd become her whole life recently and that she didn't know what she would do without him. I told her that she was surrounded by people who loved her and would be there for her, and that she was a lot more than just Mark's girlfriend. I said that she knew my opinion on it, but ultimately the choice was hers, and that I just wanted her to be happy. I also said that I'd be there for her no matter what. She told me that she will try to break up with him this week. I will edit this post if I've got more info. Also, again, thank you to everybody who gave advice and tried to help us. I really appreciate it. Edit. Okay, I want to say some people in the comments seem to think that it's fake, and you know what, I can understand, but I don't really care. I'm not asking you to believe that my life is real or fake, and it's great that you just don't believe everything that you see on the internet. But I want to say this, there are hundreds of people on here or elsewhere that share similar stories. I'm not really affected by people thinking that I'm lying, mainly because I'm not the one in the situation, but some people might be. Some people come on here to share stuff that might have traumatized them, and the last thing they want is for others to think that they're lying. So if you don't want to believe me, that's fine, but the next time keep that to yourself. It's fine to not believe something, but you don't have to say it because it might make other people feel really bad. Okay, so that second update was 17 hours ago. By the looks of it, there's no more updates yet as of when I'm filming this. So yeah, we don't know if they broke up with them yet or not. But yeah, that's a really good update, OP. You did such a good job here, OP. This comment says, sometimes it only takes one person to break through and be the voice of reason. I'm so glad that your niece has you and that you were looking out for her no matter what. More people like you, please. Yeah, and the comment below that too. It's such an important conversation to have, though it can be tough. I really hope that she does find the strength to make the right choice for herself. Yeah, absolutely. And what were the other people doing? They were pretending that it was okay. Yeah, good job, OP. You did such a good job here. Really disappointing of the parents in this situation. Like, what the hell were they doing? Yeah, like that comment said, good on you for being the voice of reason. The next one says, am I the a-hole for not letting my mum come to my wedding after she ignored me my whole life? I, 26 male, am getting married to my fiance. Let's call her Sarah, 25 female, in a few months, and I'm super excited about it. But there's one big issue with all the planning. My mum. A little background, my parents divorced when I was 8, and my mum, let's call her Layla, remarried pretty fast after that. She married this guy Dave, who had 2 kids of his own. Ever since, it was like I was no longer a priority in her life. She focused all her attention on Dave Dave and his kids. Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say she treated them way better than me. They'd go on trips, she'd go to all their sporting events, and they'd get everything they wanted. Meanwhile, I felt like I was invisible. She didn't ask about my school, didn't care about my friends, or even my mental health. I started to feel like I wasn't even her kid anymore. When I turned 18, I moved out. I thought maybe she'd care and try to stay in touch, but no, she didn't. I'd text her once in a while just to check in, and she'd either not respond or say that she was busy with Dave and his kids. I figured that if she didn't care, why should I? I just stopped trying to reach out. Fast forward to now, I'm planning my wedding, and out of nowhere, my mum starts texting me like we're super close. She wants to know all the details, saying how excited she is, and even saying stuff like, I can't wait to see you start this new chapter. Like, seriously, I haven't heard from her in years, and now she expects to be front and center for my wedding? I told her straight up that I didn't want her there. I said that I'm not comfortable with her coming after everything that's happened, and that if she really does want to have a relationship, we can talk about it after the wedding, but not before. She started crying and saying that I'm holding a grudge and that I'm her son, and that she deserves to be there. But I don't know how I'm supposed to forget the fact that she ignored me my whole childhood in favor of Dave's kids. Now my family is split. Some think I'm right that I shouldn't let her show up when she never showed up for me. Others think I should let it go and it's just a one day, and that I should let her come to the wedding to keep the peace. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we know which one of those is the right answer. So am I the a-hole for not letting my mum come to my wedding after everything that happened? No, of course you're not the a-hole, OP. How could you be the a-hole here? You've done nothing. Oh yeah, you should keep the peace. What peace? OP's mum has wanted nothing to do with OP for years, and she sure as hell does not deserve to go. You have absolutely no obligations here, OP, and don't listen to the family members that are trying to make you feel like you are obligated. This comment says, now my family is split. Some think I'm right and that I shouldn't just let her show up when she never showed up for me. Others think I should let it go and it's just one day, and that I should let her come to the wedding to keep the peace. But it's not. It's your wedding and a major milestone event in your life, which she's barely even been a part of since you remarried. You are keeping the peace. It's just your own that you're keeping. Where were the family members speaking up now when you were a child? Because before they start with the, but she's family, your mum, you only get one, you need to shut them down on it, because they were more than happy to turn a blind eye to her missing your events, taking trips, and pretty much ignoring your existence. Make sure Sarah is completely on board with your decision, as there have been many posts where the significant other decided to try and fix stuff by inviting people that their partner is no contact with, and stand firm. If your mum truly does want a relationship with you, she'll wait until the glory of the wedding has passed, and then she'll get to know you and Sarah at a more appropriate time, not the a-hole. Yeah, the family members that said that are kinda outing themselves as being a-holes. Like, yeah, where were you this entire time, family members? You should do it to keep the peace. No, you should not. Like, in what universe is that the right thing to do? After everything that OP has dealt with, they should be like, oh yeah, I suppose you can come to the wedding. I better do it to keep the peace. No, you should not. You're standing up for yourself, OP, and that's amazing. This comment says she started crying and saying that I'm holding onto a grudge and that I'm her son and that she deserves to be there. And you're her son who deserves to have a mother that cared and prioritized you at least occasionally. But here you are. You're well within your rights to hold that grudge until you feel comfortable letting her back into your life, which is not now. Some think I should let it go and it's just one day, and that I should let her come to the wedding to keep the peace. I hate this sentiment with a passion. What peace? You would not be at peace if you had your mum at your wedding. Childhood neglect is not something you forgive and forget for most people, especially when you've come to terms with not having a relationship with your parent. She doesn't get to waltz back in to ruin what's supposed to be one of the happiest days of your life, not the a-hole. Yeah, you are keeping the peace by not letting her come to your wedding. No, you're so not in the wrong, OP. I feel sorry for you. You're doing an incredible job here, and I'm so happy that you're standing up for yourself. And yeah, your mum can cry about it and say that they deserve to be there, but like that comment said, you deserve to have a mum that prioritized you. But that didn't happen, did it? Don't feel obligated to do anything that you don't want to do, OP. The next one says, am I the a-hole for making my entire office jealous after they forgot to include me in the group lunch order again? I, 27 female, have been dealing with a petty but annoying situation at my office. Every Wednesday, somebody collects orders for this amazing local pizza place that doesn't deliver. They make the best pizzas in town, wood-fired, fresh ingredients and the works. The catch is they require a minimum of 5 pizzas for a takeout order. For the past 3 months, I keep getting forgotten when they take orders. It started when I had to change my lunch hour to 1 p.m. instead of noon because of project meetings. Every week I put my order on their shared Excel sheet, and every week they somehow order just before I added to it, didn't see my entry. Here's the kicker, I literally sit right next to Kevin, 31 male, who collects the money and places the order. He has to physically turn his back to me to avoid seeing me. Last Wednesday was the last straw. I heard them all planning the order, watched Kevin collect the money, and my name was definitely on that spreadsheet. paid. Yet somehow when the food arrived, no pizza for me. Kevin's response, "Oh sorry, must have missed your name again. We've already hit the minimum order though." So today I decided to be petty. I called the pizza place first thing in the morning and I spoke to the owner. I explained the situation and I asked if I could place a single order for pickup if I paid a little extra. He laughed and said that he liked my style and agreed. When everybody's pizza arrived at 12, I waited. Then at 12:55, right before my lunch, I walked in with a pizza that smelled divine. The owner had made me a special off-the-menu item that had truffle oil prosciutto and buffalo mozzarella. The entire office could smell it. Suddenly, everybody was asking where I got it. Since they thought this place had a 5 pizza minimum, I just smiled and said, "Oh, I have an arrangement with the owner now. By the way," he says, "Hi, Kevin." Now, half the office is mad that I went behind their backs to get special treatment, and the other half is mad at Kevin for excluding me all of this time. Kevin is especially angry because now apparently some people have asked him to be removed from the order coordinator role. My pizza was delicious, but there's definitely tension in the office now. It's worth noting that 3 people have already asked for my pizza connection for their own orders. Am I the a-hole for escalating a petty pizza situation? Like, to be honest, it really does not sound like this happened. I hope it did, because if it did, that's really funny, and if it did happen, not the a-hole. But yeah, I don't know, this one feels a little bit fabricated. The next one says, "Am I the a-hole for immediately donating the gifts that my stepmother bought for my children? I, 34 female, have no contact with my stepmother Mary. Long story not worth explaining." Edit, I loosely explained in a comment. It's been 5 years since I cut her off from my and my family's life. As such, she hasn't seen my son 8 male since he was 3 years old, and she's never met my daughter 4 female. Over the years, she has attempted to contact me and my kids several times. My father used to help her sometimes. He'd tell me how awful she felt, how much she wanted to meet my daughter, and that the kids need their grandma. I've never considered her a grandparent, as both my mother and mother-in-law are active in their lives. Several fights later, my father apologized and stopped assisting her, but Mary still tries to get in touch with me every now and then. I always state that I've got no interest in her or allowing her to be a part of my children's life. My son's birthday was in September. The day of, neither of my kids were home. A large box was delivered to our building. I opened it to find more than a dozen new toys for my children, along with a note that read, "Grandma Mary loves you both." As I later found out, she'd bought the toys on a recent trip to the US. I couldn't think of that as anything besides a manipulation tactic. My children are barely aware that she exists. Why would she send them both a box full of toys on my son's birthday? I also think that she planned the delivery for a time that she thought the kids would be home, so that they'd see the toys immediately. Either way, my husband and I decided not to keep any of the toys. We donated them all during October. The kids never saw any of them. Last week, my father called me. He said Mary had just told him about the toys and wanted to know whether the kids liked them. I told him the truth and we had an argument. My father called me cruel and ungrateful for what I did. He said he understands Mary and I don't get along, but she still cared enough to spend hundreds of dollars on a loving gesture for my children, and the least I could have done was let them know about it. I honestly couldn't imagine keeping those toys, but I'd be lying if I said the amount of money spent on them didn't make me feel guilty. Am I the a-hole? No, OP, like this comment says, not the a-hole. It is indeed a manipulation tactic. And this one too, not the a-hole. That's why you no contact. A manipulative gesture. You did the right thing. Mary can get lost. Yeah, like what? They feel like they can buy their way in or something? No, that definitely is a manipulation tactic. This comment says not the a-hole, and the dad is still in on it. He's just changed tack so that he doesn't get cut off as well. Time to snippity snip snip. Yeah, 100%. Okay, the next one says, am I the a-hole for answering the door in a spicy costume? So I'm 24 female and my boyfriend has been gone for a few weeks visiting family on the other side of the world. Coincidentally, the death of one of my co-workers meant that I had to work a lot more during those weeks, and I was honestly pretty miserable and pent up the whole time. The one thing keeping me going was the thought of having a wild night when he got home. My boyfriend's sister texted me and asked if she could come over when he got home. I said we would both be really tired and eager to be alone, and I said that it'd be best to wait. Then I put my phone on silent, which meant that I didn't see her text, and it said that she knew her brother and he'll find the energy to say hi. When he got home, the moment that he was sufficiently unpacked, I changed into a Playboy bunny suit. Then his sister knocked on the door and yelled hello. I was pretty pissed off, so I didn't put in any effort to hide my angry expression, and I answered the door in the outfit. I was pretty cold with it, and she got passive aggressive before reluctantly leaving. She said that it was petty and dramatic over the phone, and I just hung up, prompting some angry text messages. Am I the a-hole? No. That's hilarious. That is so unbelievably funny. No, you're not the a-hole, OP. The top comment says, not the a-hole, and a whole bunch of laughing emojis. You don't go over to anybody's house when you clearly were not invited. Even vampires abide by this rule. If she continues to complain about you coming to the door in your spicy costume, just tell her that if she'd barged over just a few minutes after, then you would have been happy to answer the door without the costume. She clearly does not know her brother that well. Yeah, that's so so frustrating. Shows up when they don't want them to be there. It's the day that he got home. OP and OP's partner haven't seen each other in ages. They've got plans, and rightfully so. Yeah, like this comment says, not the a-hole. Eager to be alone should have been sufficiently direct. She knew that you said no as politely and as possible and decided to come anyway. Hopefully your boyfriend is on your side here. Yeah, and also like this one says, not the a-hole. It's your house. You can wear anything or not that you want. You can answer phones in the door and emails in whatever way you want. She wasn't invited. She was clearly told no. If she was embarrassed, she only has herself to blame. Yeah, and this one too, not the a-hole. So did you come here to watch us bang or what? Yeah, completely disregarded what you said and the fact that you guys already had plans together and that was super obvious. And they were like, oh, whatever, I'm gonna go over anyway. And then they've got the audacity to get upset at you. No, you did the right thing, OP. And that is so enough for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. That was so fun, and I've got a really cute, wholesome meme. We put this chair on the curb for bulk trash pickup, and my cat thinks it's for her. I've seen 3 people so far come by and pet her during their neighborhood walks. Isn't that so cute? Like this beautiful little kitty cat saying hello to all the neighbors that walk by. Hello, look at me in my beautiful chair. Cats are so funny. They think everything is about them, and in a way, it kind of is. Like they don't know that everything's not about them. So to them, it definitely is. And yeah, that's such a beautiful post. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time today. If you did, make sure you subscribe if you want to. And the comment of the day goes to I'm Bobby Mum. I'm currently putting away a crap ton of washing. Perfect timing. Oh, that's so awesome. I really appreciate the support. Thank you for having me in the background while you put your washing away. That's so awesome, and thank you for the support. I love that I'm a small part of your guys' daily life. So awesome, and I really appreciate you guys watching the episodes, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!